That was pretty much my speech, so appreciate it. When Kathy, I'm privileged and honored to be here today, and I want to thank you all for allowing me this opportunity. When Kathy asked me if I'd be willing to do it, I said, "Really? You want me to, do it?" And then, I said, "You know me personally, and you still want me to give you speech?" So here I am. But it's a pleasure and honor to be here at the Women's Club. Actually, one of my brother's wedding receptions was in this very hall. So it's quite a few years ago, but I do remember it. And it's an honor to be able to talk to the Kenosha Women's Network. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but we're over 40 years?
41.
41 years. So congratulations on that. I was looking at the website a little bit. Saw that it started in 1980 and was looking at some of the things you do. I was very familiar already with Susan B. Anthony in that whole program, but I didn't realize the grants and the mini grants that you guys provide in our area. So on behalf of the Chamber, because we're all about community and the business community, but the community at large, it all works together, and appreciate those efforts very much. I know many of you, we actually have board members within the group today. So I'm going to be very careful what I say. And then there's other faces that I recognize. And I also very, very familiar with Guida Brown. Known her and her husband David for many years. And before I get into stuff about the Chamber, does anybody ever said the word angst in front of Guida? I know I'm being filmed, and I know she's going to be looking at this later, so I wanted to have a little fun. But has anybody ever said the word angst?
You're saying it wrong.
I am saying it wrong. Say angst in front of Guida. It's one of her pet peeves. I learned this years ago, and I wasn't even the one who said it. She just, she'll tell a different story, but I'm telling you the truth. And so every time I communicate with her, I usually ask her whether it's typewritten or verbal. I'll say why the angst, and just to get her going. So feel free to use that as often as possible with her. I'm sure she'll really enjoy it. And this is my first time talking before this group, and now I just officially made it my last time, because she'll never have me back. As Kathy mentioned, I'm a lifelong Kenoshan, and I love Kenosha. I love everything about it, and southeast Wisconsin, northeast Illinois, but Kenosha's my hometown. Grew up, for those of you who are from town, I now live on 24th Avenue and between 30th and 31st Street. 24th Avenue is the farthest away I've ever lived from Lake Michigan in my life.
Scary.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels weird being west of 22nd Avenue. But I ventured out, I got out of my comfort zone, and that's where I now reside. But just to give you an idea just how Kenosha I am, so this position fits me, and I truly enjoy going to work every day and trying to further the business community, and again, I'll continue to say the community at large. I was in sales, in business sales for many years, business to business, selling advertising mostly, and being part of the Chamber, volunteering for the Chamber, quite honestly, was A, fun, but B, in a selfish way, it helped me further what I was doing. And I make no bones about that with the people who volunteer with us now, that I appreciate what you're doing for us, but I want it to work for you too. That's volunteering and representing the Chamber hopefully opens doors for those who are volunteering for us. And so without our volunteers, without what we call our ambassadors, and our board members, and there's a number of other committees, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do, and so just ever appreciative of that. I started in July. Many of you may know Lou Molitor. He was my predecessor. Wonderful guy. He's a business mentor of mine and a friend, personal friend. And I was lucky enough to be awarded the position when I applied for it. Went through the interview process, And I also was lucky enough to, and fortunate enough to have roughly 5 weeks of what we call onboarding. It might even push 6 weeks, where Lou and I worked side by side, so I was able to learn the day-to-day operations. That I was very familiar with the chamber and the route we wanted to go, but I admittedly had no idea just what went on in there in the office on a day-to-day basis. So got to learn that. That was a luxury item for me to be able to do that. And then September 1st, I officially started. So I've been at it roughly 2.5 months. And the place hasn't burned down yet, so we're pretty happy with that. We are an organization that, without our members, we wouldn't exist. We have 685 current members, and we don't receive any funding from any government entities or organizations or anything like that. So without our members, we wouldn't exist. We've been around for 105 years, so it's obviously, the process works, but we have to create ways to keep our current membership happy so we can retain them, and then we have to, that hopefully makes other businesses go, how do I get involved, and how do I become a member of the chamber? So we create events, we create socials, if you will, expos, things like that, so that our members can get together, rub elbows with each other. And I've witnessed, I don't know how many times, business being done in a very casual setting, and people saying things like, oh, I didn't even know that was available here in the area or in town. I've been ordering from another state or wherever the case may be. So those are our highlights when we hear that type of thing, when businesses start working together and people start working together. One of the things that I plan to do more of is create events and opportunities for, all of us are consumers as well. We all work for businesses, we all introduce ourselves. But I want to create opportunities for us as consumers, a reason to go visit our member businesses, especially those that sell to consumers. We do have numerous that are strictly business to business, and we do things for them as well, and we'll continue to do so. But I ask you to watch for things that the chamber will be sponsoring, and if you're able, if it interests you, please participate, and hopefully you're going to see a lot of those things. And if the first couple of things you don't fit you and your lifestyle, keep watching, because I predict there'll be more coming. We're going to get into, everybody has a golf outing. We're going to get into some other forms of golf. We're going to have a mini golf outing, and we're going to have a disc golf outing, and bags. Everybody loves bags. I want to do a winter bags tournament where we're indoors, a place like this, as a matter of fact, where everybody's suffering from cabin fever, and now we have a tournament set up. Can have some businesses there showing their wares while people are enjoying doing things. So hopefully you've all heard of Expo. If you haven't heard of Expo, we've been doing it for a number of years out at Parkside, and it's coming back this year in full force, a full week on March 12th and 13th. That is our main event that brings the public out to a number of our business members. And then we do things like what we call Business After Fives, social. We also call Business Before 9 for those who can't make it in the evening hours. We've created something where we could do things in the morning. So I ask you to watch us, and before I get there, we also collaborate to the best of our abilities with the city, the county. We want to work with them. We want to be partners with them. We try to keep them aware of what we have going on, and they were on their list of press releases and things like that. And we try to promote whatever we can when we're able to, by our social media accounts and things like that. Also, you've probably heard of KABA, the Kenosha Area Business Alliance. It's a separate entity. They do some of the things we both do crossover, but they do a number of things separate of what we do, and we do a number of things separate of what they do. We know we get along. We know we both have our places in town. We're not in competition, and we've already shared members or recommendations of members. We have a new member that we're having a ribbon cutting for next Saturday that went to KABA first, and KABA said, based on what you are and what you do, I would highly recommend going to the chamber first, and then if you see fit to come join KABA later, that would be great. And we've done the same thing with some larger corporations, which we do have corporate members, but what they were specifically looking for, I said, give my friend a call over here. And, so we work together. That's my point in that. Also with the Kenosha Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is now referred to as Visit Kenosha. We work with other chambers. I was speaking with, forgive me, she told me her name, is it Jen or, forgive me, I don't remember your name. Jen, I did remember it. I should have just went for it. I'm almost done. I'm getting the rabbits like the Academy Award. And start playing the music, Roseanne. No. We work closely with other chambers as well. But what I was going to say earlier, and this really was the end, so the pressure isn't getting to me. Watch us and follow us. Let us know how we're doing. And even as a consumer, even if you're not affiliated with the educators in the room, you're not affiliated with a business, that's okay. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on LinkedIn, and you're going to be kept up to date on things and events and what we're doing in the area. And so we want the Chamber of Commerce, it's business related, yes, but we want the whole community to know that we're there for them as well. So, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this award. I want to thank my mom, my dad.